Joining me tonight on a debate is Mr. R. Chandrasekhar, Secretary in the Department for Information Technology, Government of India. I'm also joined by many people active on the net, different professions, but all of them active online with instant analysis as it was. Shekhar Kapoor, Sohail Seth and Nitin Pai join me. I'm also joined by Mr. H.T. Sangliana, former Commissioner of Police of Bangalore and also now Vice President of the National Commission of Minorities. Mr. Chandrasekhar, sir, there has been some disquiet over today and yesterday over how far the government is exactly going to go on this crackdown, because while I think everyone would agree that inflammatory and communal posts must be taken off, how far is the government planning to go? The issue of the Prime Minister's office saying that handles are blocked which misrepresent themselves as being the Prime Minister's, does that cross the line?
Well, first of all, Sonia, I must say that we are facing an extraordinary situation. It's an unprecedented situation where we are seeing the social media being used to whip up all kinds of frenzy and to blow the winds of fear in different parts of the country or across different sections of people. Now, that is something which is quite extraordinary, and a situation like that did call for a certain extraordinary response. Secondly, we have to keep in mind that this is a response to a particular situation, and the actions which are taken also actually are with regard to specific pages, web pages and sites which are contributing to the creation of such an atmosphere. So it's a very, number one, it's a very targeted action. Number two, it's in a certain window where these threats and this situation exists on the ground.
Yes.
And this is a part of the overall response to the security scenario in the country. So in a situation where the government is duty bound and has the highest responsibility to protect the security of its own citizens, then for a certain period such measures, I think, are something which we will have to accept that these are necessary. So just as in situations
Yes.
of violence, movement of people is curbed, that doesn't mean that the government is curbing movement of people in general. It's to meet a particular situation for a particular period of time in a particular locality. That's exactly the situation vis-a-vis cyberspace.
Thank you, sir, for that. Let me just bring in our other guests on this, Shekhar Kapoor, because you've been raising this point quite vociferously in your tweets, that in a sense this crackdown goes too far. You made the reference to what happened in partition also because of the spread of rumours. You said there was no Facebook and Twitter around at that time. We know rumours can spread. Why blame social media for it? Your response to what the IT Secretary just said, that an emergency situation does require emergency measures.
Let's just take this in context. With the amount of IT networks and the information technology people we have in India, which is very advanced technologically in the IT sector, it's very easy to target these sites. It's even the United States. If they see a site that actually is an Al-Qaeda site telling people how to make bombs, they'll take it off. So nobody in their right minds that are on Twitter at this moment is saying that if there are sites that are actually provoking violence, then they could be stopped. But the point is they're very easy to stop. You don't need to take down Twitter. You don't need to blame social media, because there's been enough caste, religion, region divisions to prove that social media has not been responsible for all of that. And I think all of us on social media are responding to that. I'd like to take up one point on the Prime Minister. You know, making aliases of the Prime Minister on Twitter is a very simple thing. Twitter gives you the facility to get an account which says this is a verified account. If you go and find a verified account, President Obama has 18 million followers on his verified account. And all of us on Twitter understand that if it's not a verified account, it doesn't belong to the Prime Minister. These things are very simple to do. And nobody in this world says that there is absolute freedom of expression. So to take down accounts is very simple. However, we have to accept the responsibility that the political systems of India has caused the division that these particular sites took advantage of. What I'm scared of is suddenly say, well, you see, social media caused that, and therefore social media should stop, because we transport 30 million people on the Indian railways and it has one accident. Doesn't mean that we stop the Indian railways. Social media is the new world. Social media is good for people.
Let
I think
me
I'd
get-
like them to come up and say, sorry, I'd just like to say social media is the future of education. Social media is the future of communication. Social media is the future of innovation.
Yes.
So just to blame social media and attack it as vociferously as everybody is wrong.
So he'll say
But I
that
don't think,
he's-
I'm never saying that don't take these sites down.
India's #1 news app. Just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.